You can see above her knee she's getting a little chunky. That's where the eggs tend to be, up in that little gap right there. Also, as you can see, I've removed the blue thing I had across there for better recording, better visual for when she does decide to lay eggs, depending on which position she's in. So I want to make sure I get the best shot when she, begins that process. She was very active earlier, but now she's kind of relaxing and just soaking up the sun. How you doing, baby? See? How you doing? I don't have any fish or meat for you today. It's not good to give them meat because it causes pyramiding in the shells, and they have aerodynamic shells. It makes it better for them to dive into the water in the wild. So I think what I'm going to do today is I am going to focus on some of the stuff going on in the garden. Right above, or right next to the turtle, we have grapes that are growing. There's little baby grapes all over the vine. I'll try to zoom in on some of them. But right there, if it comes in focus, there's like a little pot of grapes, and another one there. So they're all over the place, really. And we have propagated grapes down there, and we take the clippings and shove them in the ground, and they grow. It's very easy. Same with the basil. You just cut it and shove it in the ground, and then it grows. And I'm going to put you on pause for a moment. I'm going to make my way over to the cactus because I'm going to do a pollinating treatment on the cactus. So put you on pause for a moment. Okay, here I've got what is called a prickly pear cactus, which is pretty neat because it has no thorns. I can just touch it and, there's no thorns. This cactus is edible. You can eat the leaves. You can eat the fruit that it makes. Here it's beginning to make a fruit, a flower, but here's a fresh flower. It's a really pretty flower that it makes right there. But there haven't been a lot of bees around, so I'm gonna do a self-pollinating on this guy here, because it is a self-pollinating type plant, but without wind and without bugs, it doesn't get pollinated, and then it won't do anything at all. But the easiest way is just use a Q-tip, and you just kind of put it in there, and you can, I don't know, I just saw like a bunch of pollen fall off, but you can see the Q-tip here. Come back into focus. But the Q-tip has got like yellow all over it, the pollen. So hopefully this will cause this guy to make a fruit. I did the same with this other flower here that's dying off, and hopefully it'll make fruit. I think I have another one somewhere. I remember noticing it earlier. Oh, down here at the bottom. Again, very pretty flower, and we'll just do a self-pollinating on it, and Lord willing, this thing will make a fruit. It's never made a fruit, so I don't know what it tastes like. There's a whole lot of pollen on this Q-tip from that plant, all that yellow. So hopefully with what I've just done, we'll do the job and get this thing to make a fruit. The leaves, I've read online, can be boiled, they can be grilled, they can be eaten raw. I've tried them boiled, I've tried them raw, and they taste good. So it's a win. Tastes like green beans. So it's a kind of a good plant to have. What makes it sad is that we're lacking bees, honeybees particularly, which is why I'm self-pollinating this plant, because we haven't had very many honeybees that come around. And obviously, as everybody knows, without that, the plants don't get pollen and they don't grow. Um, you know, luckily these are self-pollinating, and so I can use this Q-tip method, and does the job. Earlier this year, about a month ago, there was bees all over the place. This is a blueberry, and as you can see, it's got blueberries all over it. And there were honeybees all over it, and it was really good to see. But it seems like over the last couple of weeks, I haven't seen any honeybees around at all. And the same thing seems to happen year after year. The honeybees are around, and then all of a sudden they just disappear. So I don't know. I don't know why that is, but I'm gonna put you on pause again and take you over to another area. So hang on for just a few moments. Here now I'm over in my tomato area where we have tomatoes growing, and again these tomatoes are self-pollinating, so if you're growing tomatoes and you're having issues with them making fruit, it could be because of pollen, especially if you're growing like on a balcony or something like that, a screened patio. But just give them a little shake. That's all you got to do. Just give them a shake. Shake the flowers, and they've self-pollinated. It's just that easy. Give them a little shake, and all of these tomatoes that are growing are grown from just a bad tomato from the grocery store. I just took it and threw it in the ground and started making babies, and little teeny tomatoes growing all over the place. You could see down here inside of the pot right there, I've got still little baby ones growing right down here. So eventually I'll take them and put them in pots, and they'll get big like this, and have tomatoes on it. I have 6 of them in this pot, and they're doing really well. Over here is green beans, or not green beans, black beans. They look wilted. Today beat them up. It was in the 91 degrees today, and these got a heavy rain last night. So the sun just really tore them up today. So I'll be giving them some water later on, perk them back up. But the tomatoes are doing really well, and again, I didn't buy these at Home Depot or anything like that. I just threw a tomato in the bin there, and then tomatoes started popping up and growing, and so far we got a nice little group of tomatoes growing in our garden. What I think is neat and strange is that this, I believe it's this one here, this particular one, the tomatoes are growing oblong, like plum tomatoes. I had a tomato plant that did that a few years ago that grew itself like a plum tomato. But these are actually Campari tomatoes. So the tomatoes that you would buy in the store called tomatoes on the vine, that's what these tomatoes came from. And they're not supposed to be oval shaped like this is. They should be round, like these are, and the rest of them. A couple of years ago, the same thing happened. They planted these, and they grew looking like plum tomatoes. But they tasted great. But they definitely came off of a Campari tomato seed. As you can see, I got other plants growing in here. This is basil. These are companion plants. Basil also helps keep insects away. Bugs don't like them, so I use them as companion plants. And basil is extremely easy to grow. You can just cut a piece off and shove it into the ground, and it'll start growing. And I have an abundance of basil. Each one of these pots have several basils in it, and it just grows really well. And the trick to it is to cut off the seeds. Don't let the plants seed. As long as the plant's making seeds, then it stops producing its wonderful, delicious leaves. So if you're growing basil, don't let it make flowers. And you can keep using the same basil over and over and over again, maybe even for years. Here I've got marigolds we planted. We planted these to help attract bees. So we're waiting for these things to get a little bit bigger. We'll transplant them and put them in all different places in hopes of luring in some honeybees to help pollinate the plants around here. But we got quite a variety of things growing over here. We've got like a bunch of peppers. I know they're bell peppers, but that's all that I know is that they're bell peppers. We'll find out exactly what kind of bell peppers once they produce fruit, but there's a lot of them that I have planted, so we'll have an abundance of peppers too, so we're looking forward to that. So I'm gonna put you on hold. I'll take you to one more area and show you a few more things. Okay, back here in the back, I've got an abundance of black beans growing all along this fence right here. Our black beans just grow like crazy. You need a whole bunch of them in order to get anything productive out of them because they're so small. I also had extra tomato plants that are planted over here by these poles that are sticking out of the ground. 3 tomato plants, so I got some juveniles that are growing there. Be planting some more in another area later on. And then along this fence here we've got butternut squash that are growing. They're starting to pop up, and so we'll see how well they do. I've never really done good with squash in Florida because of the humidity. They get the bugs, and the mildew just seems to just destroy them, and I lose. But this year I'm doing butternut squash and see if I can have success with that. But years past it was green squash, yellow squash, white squash, and it just didn't matter what kind of squash, they just wouldn't take. The bugs and the mildew just killed them. And then back here you have a couple of dragon fruits and pineapple plants that are growing. These pineapples gave us some really yummy pineapples last year. I'm hoping that they'll do the same this year. And my prize dragon fruit here got attacked by a squirrel, and this dragon fruit was all over the place, but now as you can see it's like just been eaten down to nubs. And it was a squirrel that actually did it. He never touched this one, but yet for some reason he touched this one. So I have Bob the Builder up there as a scarecrow, hoping to keep him away, and I haven't noticed him around since I put Bob the Builder up there, so hopefully Bob will keep the squirrels away. But yeah, and again, I like companion planting. Again, I have black beans in here with the dragon fruits growing. Black beans add nitrogen to the soil, so it's a excellent companion plant to put. But of course you want to be careful with what you put it with, because it is viney and it does wrap around things and can choke them out. So you're not going to want to put it with a tomato or anything like that. But up against a tree, or like this post that I have here, this trellis for the dragon fruit, places like that, it's good. But definitely not, you don't want to companion plant that with tomatoes or other types of smaller vegetables and herbs. So, but that's all I got for today, guys. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week, and hopefully Turtle will start preparing to get them eggs out. She's April 2nd, and she's been exploring the box, but hasn't shown any signs of wanting to lay as of yet. But I'm eagerly waiting to see her lay eggs and to show that to you. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll be talking with you soon. Thank you. Bye.